This is a pirate pistol, and you'll notice I've got an uninflated 260 here. We'll be using that in a minute. I've got a 160 that I've blown up a little more than halfway, and then two 260s, a gray and a brown, each blown up probably a little more than halfway as well. We're going to start with our brown, and what we're going to do is a deep tulip twist on the end. So we're going to start at the end with a knot, put your finger on the end of the knot, and then push it in as far as you can, and from the outside reach through and grab the knot, and then carefully pull your finger back out. Now what you want to do is I've transferred the knot to my right hand, and I'm going to work it up by just pushing it, bunching the balloon up around it and pushing it further into the balloon, because what I want to get from this is that curved end that you'll have on the end for the end of the butt of your pistol. Once you've got it however long you want it, and then what you also get by doing that is you get a nice rounded end here. Once you've got it however long you want the grip on your pistol to be, now we're going to make a pair of pinch twists and making sure the first one captures that knot inside there so it doesn't come undone. So 2 round bubbles, both made into pinch twists. And now our deep tulip twist is secured, and there's the handle. Now you have an option if you want to put a trigger on here. You'll need to do this step. If you don't want to put a trigger, then you can skip this part here. One was to go about 1 inch out, make a bubble, and then put 2 more small pinch twists here. So a little round bubble, make that a pinch twist. Another round bubble, make that a pinch twist as well. And then in a minute we'll secure a small piece of not blown up, but just a puff of air into it for a trigger there. Then another bubble the same size as that one there on the other side, followed by 2 more pinch twists. Just like that. And then you're going to come at about 3 inches or so there, twist off a bubble and pop off any excess. Secure that in. And I'm going to trim that in there. And there's the wooden part. This is the handle, and then this runs underneath the barrel. Now we're going to set that aside for a moment. Then we're going to take our gray 260 and make just a small tulip twist on the end of it. Just push your finger in about to the first knuckle or so, and twist that off so you get the rounded end of your barrel. Now you can leave it like that, but it has a tendency to want to come undone, so I go ahead and I'll put 2 pinch twists right behind it to make a small bubble. Make that a pinch twist. Another small bubble, and make that a pinch twist, and position them on either side. And that does 2 things. One, it makes sure that that tulip twist on the end is not going to come out, so there's your barrel. And then if you want to add a sight, you can take a small piece of uninflated 160 or 260 and then twist it into that there to have a sight on the end if you want to. Now I'm going to measure my barrel on what I want. I want it to be just a little bit longer than this piece on the bottom here. Now once you see where that is, you want to come back up to where this first pinch twist is and make a bubble there, and then make 2 pinch twists after that. So small round bubble, pinch twist, another small round bubble, pinch twist as well. Now we're going to measure again, and what you want is you're going to skip over this where the trigger is and go back to the last set of pinch twists and twist a bubble directly above them, and then again 2 small pinch twists just like that, so that you end up with that. And this is going to be the barrel. Any of this excess we're going to remove as well. Secure that. You can tie it or wrap it in there. Now we're going to take our 160, make a little small, about 1/2 to 3/4 inch bubble, followed by a little bitty small round bubble that will become a pinch twist. This is going to be our hammer. And then you're going to make about a 1 inch bubble after that, so you've got that. Then grab your barrel, and coming at the back where the 2 pinch twists are there, twist your hammer into that, just like that. Now we need a very, very small spacer bubble. It's just very tiny. That's about maybe 1/4 to 1/2 inch. You can probably barely see it in there. And then we're going to grab our stock, and you want to come to the back where the handle is and twist in right there into those 2 pinch twists, securing that part into place like that. And you can see why that bubble is so small, because when this lays on there, you want it to pull it up snug against that. Put our hammer up like that so you can see. Now we're going to make our trigger guard. And all you're going to do is make a loop that just goes from the set of pinch twists where it's connected there to the very front set of pinch twists. So figure out how big you want that. And then twist into those two. And then we need another small spacer bubble like that one up in there. A very, very tiny little bubble. And then we're going to pull our barrel down and twist it into the two pinch twists that are remaining on our barrel there. Just like that. And then we're going to take that and pop that off and hang on to that for a minute. We'll use that for a trigger and a sight in a moment. Again, both optional. Secure that loose in there. Here's where that uninflated 260 comes in. You have an option here. If you want, you can just take a glue dot and put a glue dot there to secure that in place if you like. As another option, because if you look at the old pistols, they would have a metal band that would go around securing that. So we're going to make something to simulate that metal band. Take your 260 that we have, grab the nipple in, and then take your other hand and just run them down, pulling it through, forcing the air out so you can see how it flattens that out. And just do that till you get all the way to the end. So now that's nice and flat. And then tie a knot in the end, keeping the air out. So you got this nice flattened, if you turn it to the side, you can see how flat it is, piece of balloon there. And you're going to take that and wrap it around your barrel and that portion of your stock there underneath, and just tie that on just tight enough that it holds those two together. And you want to try to watch to keep any twists out of that. You may have to come back and get them out in a moment. Just tie that with a double overhand knot, and then remove any excess that you have on there. Let's do that. Make sure it's all straight all the way around. And then you get that metal strap, just an added effect there. Now you could stop there, or if you want, as I mentioned, you can put a trigger and a sight. So we're going to take our little piece of 160. What I'm going to do first for the sight is I'm going to take and pull a little bubble by sucking on the end of it. I know some of you are going to be upset when I do that, but I'm going to do it anyway. I want just a little tiny, small bubble just like that on the end, and then come down about an inch or so and tie a knot so that you have that. When you trim that excess at the knot, leave a little on the end there, and then we're going to take that and twist that in at the front of the barrel where those two pinch twists are there. And if you pull that up, you get a sight like that. And now I'm going to take the other part. I'm going to tie a knot because now it has a hole at both ends and won't hold any air. So we can hold some air. I'm going to put just a puff of air, just enough that it's now stiff again. And then come down and make me a piece about an inch or so long. Tie a knot there. So now you can see I've got that with a puff of air, so it'll hold its shape a little bit. Trim it off, leaving just a little bit on the excess on the other side of the knot. And then if you want to add a trigger, you'll come and twist these into these two pinch twists here, where the trigger will go. And then pull that down between those two pinch twists, and you now have a trigger. So there's your, you have to watch that to make sure that stays straight. There we go. And you have a little pirate pistol.